have either begun or we have been raising for quite some time as they transition from being youth to adults. This is what we call our bridging ceremony. So I'd like to invite Raina Hamry up here to join me for this bridging ceremony. Raina, if you don't know, is our Director of Religious Education. That means that she basically is the minister to all of our children along with me, but she has the privilege and pleasure of working with them every week in their classes. The other thing I'd like to do is invite all of our youth and anybody who's been a youth advisor to come stand over here. I know there's a lot of you. Come on, stand over here. If you've been a youth advisor, the teacher, yes, one of the teachers of the youth. Come on over here.
You guys are over here. You're cool.
And then I'd also like to invite the young adults to come stand over by the piano on this side. Any young adults who would like to do this, you are invited up. See, we've got a pretty packed house up here. We've got a wonderful place for people to come explore. So three of our youth are bridging today, and bridging is when we gather to celebrate that transition of our young people as they move into adulthood. And bridging ceremony is not a farewell. I'm hoping they're going to be around for quite some time, but rather it's a celebration that we recognize our youth now who have become young adults. Now, the three youth who are bridging today are Hal Anderson, Michael Lundholm, and Cody Bellis. So Hal, Michael, and Cody, come stand right here. You've been nurtured and loved by these people who stand here all around you, and you're now ready to go off into the wider world. So this ritual, it honors the dedication of this entire religious community to provide a liberal spiritual home for our children. We recognize the love of parents as well, all the families, the commitment of the teachers and advisors, and the contributions of time, money, and support that every single friend and member of this congregation have given to support this education. And without all of your dedication, these three would not be here with us this morning. So, we invite you three to come stand here, right over here in the middle. Even better yet, come right up here. So you've all been such a blessing to this congregation, and Raina is going to then tell the congregation some things that they know about you that they may not already know.
I'm so pleased to be introducing these three wonderful young adults to the congregation. Many of you know Hal Anderson, Michael Lundholm, and Cody Bellis. And two folks have been here since they were tiny, Michael and Hal. Cody is new, although he feels, I told him just today, feels like he's been here forever, and it's in that really, really good kind of way. As youth teacher on Sundays for the past few years, I've gotten to know all three of these folks very well. They are the coolest people. They all are extremely smart. Two of them are quiet. One of them is a little more talkative. And they're all wise beyond their years. In the last 2 years, I've loved watching Hal and Michael particularly find their voices in the world. All three of them are people who are well worth listening to. Hal would be my very first choice of the person I would want to perform CPR on me if I fell over. She's one of our after-church care providers, and I had the privilege to take CPR with her. And believe me, she's the one you want to do CPR on you. She was definitely the top of the class. She's smart and extremely conscientious. She's also patient and kind and beloved by many. This month, Hal took a few days off from child caring on Sundays, and when I substituted for her in the activity room, one of our younger members asked where the girl with the pink hair was, and when I said she needed Sunday off, he went in the corner and started sobbing and told me to leave. So there is no substitute for Hal. In addition to all this, she is an extremely talented artist, and she's been accepted into the Laguna School of Art and Design for the fall. We are thrilled for her. If you want to see an example of her work today, go into the OCUUC nursery. Look on the wall under the windows. Last year, she designed and painted a mural for the nursery as her high school community service project, and her friend Emily also helped out with that too. So Hal, would you like to say just a little bit to us?
This is more emotional than I was prepared for. Thank you, Mom, already. I appreciate it. Okay. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought it was gonna be, but I guess I'm really nervous to be moving on because I really love Ari. It's like family to me, and I feel like I know that I've grown a lot in my spirituality and finding my morality, and with that reflection, time we've spent reflecting, and that's helped me find who I am, and I'm excited to start reflecting with you guys though now.
Now, Cody is our latest addition to the youth group family, and he sort of slipped under the radar because he has been helping out every single Sunday in the classroom with our younger folks. And he volunteered right away. He just walked in the door and said, I want to help out. And I was like, okay. So he has been the person setting up our table, all kinds of stuff. One thing you might not know about Cody, his family, I thought I grew up in a big family. Cody has 61 brothers and 1 sister. Some of his brothers are here, and some are on that side, some are on that side. They live in a very large adoptive family, and it just sounds really cool. This just sounds like the neatest thing ever. So Cody has been just, I depend on him so much on Sunday, and he just kind of walked in and started doing stuff. So welcome, Cody, and congratulations on this change too. So do you want to say a word or two?
So you might not know it, but I have Tourette syndrome, and I tried living up there, but ever since I came here, it was in October, and the first day when I came here, I'm like, okay, I don't fit in, but I was invited by everyone the first day. I'm like, I knew this was a place for me, so I came back the next week, and next thing you know, it's even better than the first week, and that's when I met and that's when I met Raina, and then the second week I met Reverend Sean, and I heard her, and I heard her little lesson, and I was like, wow. And I've been here since October, and I plan on still being here. And I know that you guys, so I want to thank everyone here. Thanks.
And now Michael. Michael is our scientist. This year he took 4 advanced placement classes, which are college-level high school classes, mostly in the sciences. The youngest of 3 brothers, all of whom have completed our religious education program. He has a very dry sense of humor and a wonderful disposition. He is also trained in wrestling. All of these are qualities and skills that have served him well during the constant onslaughts of affectionate brotherly attention from his other 2 siblings. Which for 6 years I got to witness much of it. Okay, you guys, you're brothers, but let's not, do we have to wrestle at church? Michael is taking a year off before he goes to college to volunteer with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, known to most of us as FEMA. Michael is someone who, without a doubt, will use his many superpowers for good. Michael,
All right, so I grew up with this religious education program, and like not only was it a place to like get lessons of like morality and acceptance, but it was also a community to be welcomed in, and for that I want to thank you and this community for that. Thank you.
Well, Michael, Hal, Cody, I invite you to remember as you spread your wings that your religious roots are here, and we hope that you will return to us often because you are very dear to all of us. We love to see you. And then ooh and ah over everything you're doing. And if life settles you in a far corner of the world, like say Baltimore, for example, as I just found out this morning, that's where Michael's headed. We hope that your connection will prompt you to join a Unitarian Universalist community there. As many of these young adults over here have done, have joined us here. And that maybe someday you'll think about coming back to your church and working with your youth and helping them as they go through schools, sharing your wisdom that you've got. I hope the members of this congregation feel half as blessed as both Raina and I do to having you all standing here today. You know, when our parents bring your children before the congregation to be dedicated, we give the babies a rose, symbolizing the beauty and newness of their lives. But we remove from the rose all the thorns that might cause pain, as that's the parents' job to protect their children from pain. But today you stand before the congregation without your parents, and we give you another rose. But this one, be careful, it has some thorns. Because we want you to grasp life with all its joys and beauty, but also its difficulties and sadnesses that are out there. We hope that you have learned over the years all of the tools that you learned here and from your schools and from your mentors and parents that will help you carry those with you. And so we give you something to help protect you also from those thorns, but you get to wear them if you wish. Some garden gloves. I know Raina has a particular gift to give each one of you.
A lot of folks up here. We do have another gift for you. And you stand before us. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back here. We do have another gift for you folks today. As you travel and explore the world, this altar was made for traveling to wherever life's journey takes you. This altar was made for traveling to where you're going to go. Where is it, Michael? Where are you going?
Baltimore.
Baltimore, okay. To Baltimore. On these altars, there's a flaming chalice symbol to remind you of your religious roots, and may it be for you an altar of peace. And our hope for you is that these small gifts, on behalf of the congregation, be meaningful to you, even just a fraction of what you guys have meant to our congregation and to me personally. I invite the congregation to join in saying this covenant. You who stand before us today have gone beyond the child you once were. With each new day, you learn more about yourself and your world. The wisdom you have gained in our free faith will serve you well on the journey before you. Today, we gather together to honor the child you once were and the adult you are each becoming.
We honor the new perspectives you bring to your community and stand with you as you face the uncertainties of a future that you and we cannot know. We bless you now as you move into that future and to its opportunities. Let us bless.
We speak as the voice of this beloved community. We provided for your religious education. We cherished your voices in our halls of fellowship. We have tried to give you the gift of a place to belong, a place of friendship, and a place of spiritual growth. Know that we are here for you as you travel far on your many adventures, and that as you deepen and grow, so too will the religious tradition that cherishes you. We bless you now with honor for this rite of passage into the Unitarian Universalist adult community.
Let us all say this together.
Today we come together to recognize this time of new beginnings, leaving the security of the past is balanced with the excitement of embracing the uncertain future. We make this joyful pledge to stand together in our free faith with all the blessings and responsibilities such an effort brings.
Now there is a very special song that the youth sing when they go up to Camp de Benneville, whenever they get together. And some of you may know it. Amy is going to be leading us with this. So I invite you to join Amy on the chorus as we sing it to Michael, Hal, and Cody one last time.
Yeah, I'm sure many of you do know the chorus of this song, so I would welcome hearing your voices when we get to that.
There's also movements if you know the movements.
I have
I
my
know
notes.
you two do.
Yesterday a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. Sing with us now. And the seasons as they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet too slow, the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20, though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true. There'll be new dreams there'll be better dreams and plenty before the last revolving year is through.
You're welcome to stand up and join us.
And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
So Cody, Michael, Al, I invite you now to be embraced by the young adults. Welcome. Let us now sing our children, and our youth are welcome to stay, but we're youth are welcome to stay here to go religious education classes. Let's sing them out.